Hi, I realized I hadn't made a video in quite some time, so making another one. I'm setting up to make this hotel all the way lit up. And not that you can really see it in the light, but I can figure out a way to get out of here. Okay, apparently we're going this way. Oh, see, this will be all lit up when it's dark. There we go. There's our outdoor. So, literally, I've got all of this entire floor, plus the dining area and the kitchen. I know it doesn't look much like a kitchen. And each one of these bedrooms all lit up. I've also lit up these lights, the street lights. All of these signs. And these street lights. And I started putting street lights out on the, streets where the houses are going to be. And just in case you're wondering, that over there with the dashed lines is the road, and this is a parking lot. There you go. See, it's all nice and lit up, pretty. And your render is a little weird. I'm going to show you this real quick because I get seasick from it. Oh no, again. Oh, okay, it's just a render thing. And then because it's a render thing, some of these don't turn on right away. Like the subway sign there. And it'll wait until you get closer. Technically, it should say submarine sandwich shop. There's more signs over here. And just in case you're wondering, no, that does not say post off ice. It says post office. Think if the suit fit, bathing suit, swimsuit fits. Little Leprechaun's preschool. I don't know why, but Fictional Ireland doesn't have a head start yet. It's probably because they're rich enough to do preschool. Hey, maybe that's why Sam Crenshaw and Sean Pendragon didn't go to the same school for preschool. The elementary school, it's based on Cleo Gordon in Fairfield, California. Library, it's based on the library in Fairfield, California. It's a childhood memory. Had to be there. Now, in reality, the Civic Center is over there and the library is over here. But I built the library first, so. Civic Center. Okay, so in one of my stories, which is the whole reason why we're building most of this world, in one of my stories, there's a wine tasting. And Sean and Ashley go to the wine tasting. Well, Sean has to go to the bathroom, which is over here. Goes into a stall, does what he has to do, and he comes over here to wash his hands. Well, there's supposed to be a thing on the wall for paper towels, but I haven't done that yet. Anyway, he comes over here, washes his hands, and as soon as he goes to finish drying his hands, that's when he gets assaulted by the bad guy. So the bad guy goes and drags him through this back door to the bathroom. So I should have just went that way. Anyway, comes through this back door to the bathroom and drags him over here where there's going to be an alleyway. And it's a dark alleyway because it's, night. Well, then the bad guy takes Sean's place. And I know you're thinking, how can he do this? Well, his mom and Sean's mom look a lot alike. And they both had that kind of date with his dad. Well, of course his mom was going to, but, that takes a much longer explanation. But anyway, they both had that kind of date with his dad, and so they both got pregnant. Well, the bad guy is 1 year older than Sean, and it makes a whole big story, and you'll have to read it one of these days. This is the middle school. Well, part of the "and" is that, the bad guy thinks that Sean and family doesn't love him because they've never talked to him. They've never, visited him or anything like that because they didn't know about him. If they would have known about him, it would have been a different story. But they didn't, so he got all upset, and it's a bad thing. But anyway, this is the fancy restaurant. I didn't know what to call it, so I just called it the fancy restaurant. Because I can't call it Palby's. And that wasn't that fancy anyway. But, because Palby's is if it's still there, and God willing it is, it's a restaurant in California. And they've got, like a nice grassy area, which may actually be smaller than this area right here, but anyway, it has peacocks. Well, the closest I could come up with is these birds here, but, and for some reason, they're all over there congregating like they're having church. And I came up with this, and it would look really cool if I could put it on a chain, but it doesn't work that way, so. Just to show you again, the church. I call it the Little White Church because of that song, Little White Church. But this is the church that I want to say Anthony got married to his girlfriend in because his dad was doing a white shotgun wedding because they were pregnant, or she was pregnant, something like that. I don't think he was involved in the pregnancy. Anyway, but the problem is that somehow it's gotten overrun by cats. I don't know why the stray cats like the church, but maybe, you know, like the guy that takes care of the church when nobody's at it. I mean, you know, when it's not Sunday morning church, or Wednesday evening church, or Sunday evening church, it is feeding them, and I'm not sure. So, we got one more thing over here. Way over here. Although it's not way far enough. Oh, random treehouse. Yeah, it's really not way far, you know, way far enough, but it'll be over there in New York. Okay, so this is a random raceway that I made after watching one of Unspeakable's videos. He said that he'd found the world's longest Minecraft Rainbow Raceway. Well, I took that as a challenge. I want to make a bigger one. A longer one. So, more recently, I'm going to show it to you in a minute, but more recently, I went and took, you know, you drive on the left side of the road in Ireland. I went and took this and made it to where you go in the second lane to end up over here, so you can go that way and continue on to New York. Well, the Amazon island and then New York. And when you come back, you go through the third lane, and I believe you end up over here and come out over here and continue on to Ireland. Now, my original thought was to go and take this to the height limit, but there was a problem because just a small tiny one. They gave us more room, you know, up and down. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm actually really happy about that. Except for that I gotta lower the ocean over by the ships because otherwise it looks really funny. Because literally the biggest ship, the number 3, the Rolling Sea number 3, it was literally 2 blocks above bedrock. So that's not good. And here, we were trying to get up to the height limit, but as you can see, you can go higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, 64 blocks. So, yeah. We're going to fix that one of these days. And then I decided to make a giant water slide. And somehow not continue it on. Then I was kind of thinking of a slinky. If you don't know what a slinky is, please look it up online. They're kind of neat. And And then I made it, you know, like 1 wide, and then 2 wide, and then, yeah, 3 wide, 4 wide, 3 wide again. Oh, so apparently the widest it goes was 4 wide. Yeah, I was trying to like make scare jumps without them being scare jumps because I didn't know how to do them at the time, and because I didn't want to. But I wanted to feel like, oh my gosh, we're over nothing. Oh no, you know. So I've probably shown you this before. One of these days I'm going to take that top row there and... Ew. One of these days I'm going to take that top row and actually, you know, take it to the height limit, because that's where it was in the first place. And that's where I want it. Villagers are so rude. Anyway, you can see that there's fishies over here. It's supposed to give the illusion that you're underwater. P.S. I liked it better when you could go underwater. See, villagers don't even know which way you're supposed to go on the track. So... So the bad news is that you will not be seeing this until September 6th, but it doesn't really matter because the video is kind of timeless. And then that'll just give me a excuse to go and make another video later and then tell you that I made that video on the 5th or whatever, you know? I was trying to make it to where, you know, like, I made the video and then I uploaded it, but I'm not always available to do that, so anyway. And then this is supposed to look like a racetrack. Just in case you're getting just as seasick as I am, we're gonna go this way. Oh no, look, that villager's out of his... Okay. Oh, and then this is the water that's coming from up there. Looks like I just trained the water to go up there. Oh, that's where we're going. Going down here. Going around this. There ought to be fish in there. Huh. Okay. Anyway, and then we go up and down. And then we go up. Up, up, up. Up, up, up. And down. Then we go over here. And we go up. And go around that way, and around this way, and around that way, and around here, and down again, and up, and back down. And then we go out one of these. We'll go out this one. Oh, this one's leaning toward... Oh, yeah, okay, this one's leaning toward New York. That's what I just told you guys, yeah. Sorry. Okay. And just in case you haven't seen it, I did build TSMC's Faire Amusement Park Carnival Amusement Park. See, this is a bounce house. It's cute. Where'd it go? Although I ad-libbed when it came to the balloons. Because I thought that looked better. Roller coaster. Oh, I got that done. Finally. Big heart, so I can build it over somewhere else and maybe build a tunnel of love kind of ride. Which way are we going? Pretty sure we went this way. Okay, this is a haunted mansion. I mean the haunted house. And I'm sorry if that strobe light's bugging you. You go upstairs and oh, see, this is like the guy at Disneyland that's behind the gravestone, and he's popping up. I added that, or maybe I didn't. But anyway, I got these guys. They're not supposed to be doing that together. They're supposed to be doing it more of a separately. That's scary. And then you come down here, and that's the pit you don't want to fall in, and then you're done. And I literally only showed you all that because I don't think I have before. So I added the super slide because we have that cute little slide over there. But I remember it being really scary taller. So, I made it like this. And I made it rainbowy. Teacups, Ferris wheel, hamburger stand. And 3 kinds of bumper stuff. So there's bumper boats with water, bumper boats with ice, and Bob Jr. has been, oh, it says Ferb now, but it said Bob Jr. before, and bumper cars. And then these are the porta potties, but there's a fancy kind that would actually be on the, like, the back of the truck. So you got toilet, and you got wash your hands, and in a good world, there'd be paper towels here or here. But it's really weird. Every time I look at those porta potties, I'm like, ew, it smells. So there's been no updates as far as I know, except for that there's a bird on it. Oh, yeah, there is. Okay, before this was just, you know, the bricks came out to that spot and, you know, it was all flat like this. Now it actually kind of looks like a beach. You know, how the beach goes, like, down into the water. That's about the only update that we have, but it's a pretty nice update. It's what I call making it punchier. That's not a word, just so you know, but, you know, it makes it punchier. So not a word. Oh, I gotta show you this. I probably showed you this before, but I'm gonna show it to you again. The Minecraft version of Statue of Liberty. She's got her book. She's got her torch. She's got her hair, I think it is. I'm not sure. She's got a foot. And that's her other foot. She kind of holds it up at an angle. So there's her other foot. And you can actually go inside, go up these stairs, and go up these stairs, and go up these stairs. Oh my gosh, that's a low ceiling. And then instead of making it go up the stairs, I had to do that and that and that. But you can eventually see the windows. I mean, see out the windows. That would not be a fun... You're like, what am I seeing? Anyway, you can see out the windows and see the ocean. If you're lucky, you can look this way and see New York, which I'm building very, very, very slowly. Okay, so I'm going to cheat and go down the easy way. I'm in flight mode. I do not recommend this when you're not in flight mode. And I actually don't know that the island is that tiny either. I've never been there. But I did find out, fun fact, the island that the Statue of Liberty is on is Bedloe Island. Or at least says Google. So I've got this lit up too. I don't think that one's on daylight sensor though. Oh, it ought to be. Okay. So that one's on daylight sensors. Oy. Now, oh, I did forget something though. Okay, so that's a bar. Like this would normally be where you park the pirate ship when you go ashore. You know, you park it along here somewhere. At least in my stories. And then this is a burger place, you know. So far it's Joe Burger Place. It could be McDonald's. It could be In-N-Out. It could be Mel's Diner. It could be Red Robin. You know, whichever burger place you like, that's what it is. Now, I have gone totally crazy. We'll start out with this little casino because I just built it yesterday and the day before. So, TSMC had how to build a casino, and this is how we built it, except that he had different lights than I do. He had the mushrooms. I mean, the shroom lights. Sorry. He had the shroom lights, and I wired it. That's why I call putting it in the redstone. I wired it. So this is a slot machine. This is a poker table. These two are the ATM machines. This is where you cash in your chips. Roulette table. Blackjack. And I threw in another slot machine. So, and then we have fountains. And it's going around toward the back because you gotta have a place for people to park. And it's gonna be back here. Unless I put in a hotel to go with it. Anyway, so I've noticed in a lot of movies and TV shows and stuff, New York has tons of different sized buildings. So this one's a 2 or 3 story. I'm gonna say a 2-story. That one's a 2-story. That whole entire thing right there is that whole entire street is 2-story. Pretty much. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stories so far. Looks like it's gonna be a 9-story. This one is all the way to former height limit. Don't know how tall that was, but all the way to height limit, that many stories. My sister taught me how to do this. She got taught it by a YouTuber. Sorry, I don't know who it was. See, I got Christmas dudes over here. And I've got... Okay, so this is the police station. And what are we using as police? The little snowman dudes. And I wrote that message for my sister. So down this road, which just leads out to a country road, and it's supposed to take even longer than it does, but I didn't know where to build it, so I'm like, I need to build it. You know, I need to know where it is. Well, I didn't build it in the right spot, but necessarily. But it'll do for now. So this is an empty lot that used to be a mansion, and then it turned into a carnival and had all